It does no good if you got a 700 credit score and you ain't doing nothing with it. It does no good if you got an 800 credit score and you're not really leveraging it and getting to the bad. So I'm gonna teach you why bad credit is good and what you need to do in order to fix it so we can be able to leverage it. So let's go. YouTube, and welcome to the 700 Club. I'm gonna need you to leave that 4, that 5, and that 600 credit score at the door. I am your girl Nika Johnson, and a credit coach and budgeting expert. Today we'll be talking about bad credit is good. We're always talking about why it's so bad, but honestly, it took for you to experience having bad credit to really realize how important it was to get denied for an apartment, to get denied for a credit card, to get denied for getting a vehicle. It took for those life experiences to keep you in your rear end for you to truly have that wake-up call, because you done heard about it, you done scrolled past it, you knew that you should have got it, but you didn't wait until you actually need it. So sometimes experience is the best teacher, and that's fine, but I want to really break it down to why is it good? What are some things that you can really take away from it? Because sometimes with people having good credit, they're not leveraging their credit. It does no good if you got a 700 credit score and you ain't doing nothing with it. It does no good if you got an 800 credit score and you're not really leveraging it and getting to the bag. So I'm gonna teach you why bad credit is good and what you need to do in order to fix it so we can be able to leverage it. So let's go. Look, when we're talking about bad credit, it's always more so embarrassing, it's depressing, and a conversation a lot of people don't take too kind to. It's so often that a lot of people shy away from talking about credit or just simply asking these 3 words. I need help. That's right. Say it out loud. And it's okay if you need help, because that's why you are here. And if you are, make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications and show your girl some love. But when we're talking about credit and finances, I'm here to tell you, you ain't the first one to have bad credit and you won't be the last. It's okay that you got bad credit. You don't have to have bad credit for the rest of your life. Now, what you do with this information and you don't implement it, then that's a problem within itself. But if you're taking these strategies, if you're taking these tips on how to leverage up your credit to go from bad to good, then that's completely different. So one of the first steps of fixing your bad credit is start building your credit. That's right. So often, many times, people want to start disputing everything negatively, or they want to pay everything off. That is the wrong thing to do. If you got anything that's negative on your account, from collections accounts, late payments, hard inquiries, whatever it is, if you have items that are negative on your credit report, just because you have the money doesn't mean you should just pay it off. And I'm not saying dispute it and say this account is not mine. But first thing first is, if you have anything negative, I need you to start building credit. The reason being is that whenever you're going through this journey of rebuilding your credit, if it's going to take 3 months, 6 months to a year, you want to start building those on-time payment history, because that's the biggest component that makes up your score. So don't be out there talking about, oh my gosh, these increases, because that's only 10% of your credit score. That is only a fraction of your credit score. So you want to make for sure that you start rebuilding your credit early. So the first thing is, when we are addressing those negative items off your credit report, there are 3 different things that you can do. Get a secure credit card. That's right. That could be doing a self account. You need to make for sure you're paying it on time, okay? So you could do self, you could do a secure credit card, you could do one with Capital One, your local financial institution. Ultimately, you could really do a secure credit card anywhere. It's really, you're putting deposit down, okay? So think about it is, when you have a birthday party, you gotta pay a deposit, right? When you get your hair done, you pay a deposit, for example, and whatever you pay, that deposit goes to your remaining balance. Well, in this terms of when we're thinking about credit cards, for example, you were putting a deposit down to reserve your credit line, that credit limit. So if you do a deposit for $300, you're gonna have a credit limit of $300. If you are doing a credit line of $500, you're gonna have to put that $500. So basically, it's reducing that risk and that liability from a financial standpoint, and because your credit is bad, but it's not gonna stay bad, okay? Because we gotta be in our budget. 3 different times you can do credit strong. You can do a pledge loan, like for example at Navy Federal Credit Union. It's really great and easy process. You can also do a holiday loan with your local financial institution. So let's say, for example, Metro Credit Union. That will be as an option that you could be able to partake in to be able to have a loan as little as $500 to be able to start helping you rebuild your credit. Again, once everything negates off your credit report, it's like if you had no credit, it's like having bad credit. It's still a high risk if you had nothing. So if it was a blank canvas, and we're about to paint this picture. When you're starting with a blank canvas, you're starting from the ground zero, from a foundation of nothing. You need to be able to rebuild it. You need to be able to show your ability to handle payments, to have low balances, and just how well are you borrowing your money, and are you responsible, or are you at a high risk? So we starting with this blank canvas. So if you have no credit score, that's just like bad credit. And so if everything is removed, this was like, it's so illegal. A lot of people want the instant success and instant gratification of, I need to fix my credit, I need to fix my credit. I'm sorry, CPNs is illegal, buying trade lines is illegal, and there's no guarantees or no instant things that happen overnight. Credit repair is a process. I'm here to tell you, it don't happen in 30 days. Baby, you didn't have bad credit all your goddamn life. Why the hell do you think it's gonna take 30 days to fix it? Newsflash, it don't work like that. But I guarantee you, if you make the necessary sacrifices, do it now and not do it later. Do it now so you don't have to spend the rest of your life struggling. So you can make for sure that you at least put yourself in a better position to not be needed on nobody. You know what it's like to always have to speak up and ask. That's why you don't like to do it now. But if you fix your credit, that is one more step towards financial stability, financial success, financial freedom. What do you want? But you're holding yourself back. Look yourself in the mirror. Because if you really keep it real with yourself, what is bad on your credit? Why do you got them negative items on there? What do you truly have to show for it? I'll wait. Let me go ahead and water my plant. Let me know once you find out. If you don't know, I don't know. But the reality is, this is why it's okay to have bad credit, because you learn from it and make for sure you don't ever put yourself in that same space. Don't put yourself in that same position to need anybody to be able to bail you out. You bail yourself out. But we need to be able to make for sure that in the beginning of the process, whatever's going on with your credit, make for sure you start building it, because when it is time and the things negative or satisfied are taken care of or removed, that at least you have positive counts that is reporting. Now, don't think that you can just start building your credit and you go leave everything negative that's on there and that's gonna boost your score, because it's not. It's basically weighing your score down. And it's also a myth for people to say that everything falls off your credit report within 7 years. I don't know who made that up. I don't know who keep carrying that out, but that is a lie, baby. Okay? Rule number one, just make for sure you start rebuilding your credit. And while you're here, make for sure you like, your comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications and show your girl some mad love. Okay? Now, part 2 on rebuilding your credit, if it's bad, is I want you to challenge anything that is driving that down. Whatever is bad, whatever is negative, I want you to challenge it. Okay? How you can challenge it? Go ahead and get my ebook teaching you the DIY on how to do it yourself to fix your credit. Sometimes you got to do it yourself, okay? Sometimes you need to send out those letters. Sometimes you need to go through the process, just like how you don't like going through the process of answer that phone that's unknown. You don't like checking your mail and don't like paying your bills or looking at your bank account after a weekend of fun. I know. I done been there a time or two, but we gotta make for sure we handle our business at the end of the day, because it's gonna catch up with you one way or another. And don't wait until it's too late to when you are needing your credit. Make it a priority today. Don't keep pushing it off because you said you're gonna do it in the beginning of the year. You said you put it on your vision board. You kept manifesting for a house. But how the hell that house gonna happen and you got pissed poor bad credit? Make that make sense. So we need to make for sure we're removing negative items off your credit report. If you need help, I got you. Say less. But while we're looking at those negative items, we need to see what is taking that score down, okay? So what is taking it? Is it the late payment? So if you currently are delinquent or behind on any bills, I need you to stop. Call your creditor, contact them, and make up some type of payment arrangement. But make for sure that we're stopping and identifying. Quit allowing your bills to go 60 days late. Quit allowing it to go 90 days. You could go have the newest red bottle, you could go to a party, you could go on this trip. People been out here on Beyonce streets and this internet going to a concert, and they could have been using that money to pay off debt. But I ain't gonna say nothing, I ain't gonna at nobody, and I ain't gonna point no names or no elbows. Okay? But the reality of it is, it's time to take control of our finances, and it's time to make for sure that we are no longer suffering in silence. And we're not gonna normalize that anymore. That's unhealthy, okay? And when we're talking about what's good for us, we want everything to be good mentally, okay? In your mind. I want it to be financially in our pockets, okay? But then spiritually. And physically, how does that look? But going back to it, we need to make sure we understand what is taking our score and identify that. So are you applying for too much debt? Are you just shopping around because you're desperate? Slow down. Pull over too fast. I need you to slow down and pull over and quit rushing the process, okay? Sometimes it may take somebody 2 years to fix their credit, and that's okay. I'd rather you invest 2 years than go another 10 years or 20 years going through life for what? Making it harder on yourself. But if you did what you need to do and find ways to minimize your expenses, to be able to stop eating fast food or just going everywhere, stay down till you come up. But I guarantee you, this is a step closer to make for sure you don't be broke no more. And 4, if you want to fix your credit, I need you to what? Pay them people. That's right, say it with me. Pay them people. Now I ain't saying pay them immediately, but you cannot just feel like that you signed this legal binding contract and it's not reporting on your credit report, so you scot-free clear. Because guess what? When them people contact your employer and they want to do a garnishment, then you gonna want to do a settlement. Quit doing that, baby. So it's time to put your big girl panties on. For my fellas, put on your big boy drawers. But it's time to pay them people. But before you know what you should do when paying them people, make for sure you watch our other video on separating and really breaking down the difference between a pay per delete versus a settlement. There's a difference, and that video is very beneficial because why? You want to make for sure you're not leaving no money on the table. And how do you save money? So if you got a $5,000 debt, how can we pay that for less than half? So make for sure you do watch our other YouTube video on the difference between pay per delete versus settlement, because it's going to walk you through that process. But if there's anything that after you're disputing and that is remaining on your credit report or just keep coming back, let's say something is removed and a year later or months later down the road is reinserted, 9 times out of 10 it may be best to just settle that account and get it taken care of. So it's best to do that once it's removed off the credit report to prevent it from coming back on. But that's completely fine. But make for sure you check that out so you know what is beneficial for you and how we can save some money. And last but not least, number 5, how do you get back on track if you currently are facing bad credit and you feel like you're one check away from homelessness? I need you to take a deep breath. That may seem strange, but for real, do it with me. I need you to breathe. And that may be the hardest thing to do sometimes. We don't know if we're coming or if we're going, but I need you to breathe and we need to create a plan of action. We need to write down your debt. We need to write down your numbers, because people literally one check away from being homeless, and we're not gonna glorify that. And filing bankruptcy isn't always the right answer or the best answer. There's folks that's filed bankruptcy because they was recommended or they told so, or it was going to be so much easier, and it's not always easy. So I say this to say is figure out what's best for you. But how to get back on track is really realizing your relationship with money. It's so easy to place blame. It's so easy to point fingers. It's easy to not take accountability, but be able to address yourself and figuring out what caused you to be in this situation. Why did you go in debt? Why do you have bad credit? Like, was it you? And now there be some folks that, hey, it was somebody in your family that put something in your name. Or it's because you was overextending yourself trying to look out for everybody and you wanted to be able to co-sign, although that wasn't in your budget, okay? But we need to really realize the root of the issue, because filing bankruptcy multiple times throughout your life, running from your bad debt, running from your money problems, running away does nothing. You go keep running until you run into no more, and you're going to be forced into sit down in reality and to see and face some hard consequences because of your lack of responsibility, your lack of accountability and ownership of what did you play this role. Some of y'all be over the age of 20 and want to complain and cry wolf to your parents didn't teach you this, your family didn't do this for you, you had to do it all on your own, and your siblings did. Who cares? You of age to figure it out now, and so I need you to take control and figure it out now. You too busy thought you was being grown. Now it's time to be grown and actually face the reality. You got bad credit. It's a good thing. You actually realize it, that you can't do nothing with it. Sometimes y'all folks be so scared of want to fix your credit. I want to ask somebody 52 million questions about a credit report company, and I get to your due diligence, but if somebody comes to my company, it's not my job to force you to believe me that we can help. I'm not going to give you no guarantee, but I'm not 5-star rated on Google, and my work speaks for itself, baby. Hashtag budget to success. The receipt speaks for itself. And at the end of the day, some folks will come and be like, well, I just got a whole bunch of questions, or I'm kind of scared to get my social security number. Baby, what can I do with your social security number? You got piss poor bad credit. What can I go get in your name? You can't get. So what I'm gonna do, I need you to understand that you don't need to be in the same position a year from now. I need you to quit normalizing it. I need you to get uncomfortable. I need you to make for sure that growth alive. Quit trying to avoid things all the time. There was a reason why you got bad credit. You here today, you watching, but make for sure that you're implementing, okay? But you know how to get back on track, because I'm telling you, I'm teaching you, I'm putting you on game. It's up to you if you really want to get back on track. But I hope this video helps you, short and simple, to the point. And as always, make for sure you like, you comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Show your girl some love. If you have any questions, let me know below, okay? And before we get out of here, I just got one question for you. Is that bad credit in your budget? If not, it's time to fix it.